I'm Hakeem from the multimedia team here at the Cavalier Daily, and today we have with us presidential candidates for second-year council, Kwon and Aakash Shah. First question's easy, guys. Why don't you give me your name, what's your major, and what are your involvements here at the university? Kash?
My name is Aakash Shah, and I'm a first year at the University of Virginia. I'm studying computer science and cognitive science in the college, and I'm also pre-med. My involvements at the school involve first year council. I'm the technology and communications chair, and I'm also in the marching band.
And Andrew?
Hi, my name is Kwon. I am a first year here. I am currently undecided with my major. The things that I'm involved with, I'm very involved with the university, and the things that I'm involved in are actually, I'm the current president of the first year council. I am on the stud co-exec voting board. I am on, I do GCF, which is Grace Christian Fellowship. I also am on the University of Virginia club swim team, and what else do I do? And I believe that's all I do. There might be some more, yes.
Now Andrew, how did you become involved with first year council?
Well, that's a great question. The first thing that I did first was I ran as a first year. There were many steps to getting to the position that I'm in now as the current president of the first year class. First, you had to win association council, and then from there, you had to be, out of the 7 people that were first in the association, you had to be the top 3 to be in first year council. And then from the first year council, you had to win the election to be president of the first year class. And from there, what we did was we basically kind of mobilized the group and kind of had that loyal support group. And from there, we basically had everything.
And why do you want to become president of your class?
Well, during high school, what I did was I was the 4-year consecutive president at my high school of one of the largest high schools in the Commonwealth of Virginia with a graduating class of 750 students. So basically what I tried to do there was I tried to kind of create a sense of unity within the class. And with that, I wanted to kind of bring that to the University of Virginia because this class is very diverse, it's very large, and basically with the experience that I had from high school and middle school and elementary school, I was the president during them as well. And during that time, I kind of learned the experience, and I got to be able to learn and meet new people. So from there, I kind of wanted to bring those attributes and kind of bring it to the University of Virginia.
Now, Kash, you're a member of the first year council as well, aren't you?
Yes, that's correct.
And why do you want to become president of your class?
Right, well, I believe that first year council isn't completely fulfilling its mandate of increasing class unity and strengthening class spirit and just providing to the needs of the class. Personally, I think first year council has focused on social events versus other events which the student body needs more than social events because everyone is able to have a social outlet already. I think for the second year class, I would like to focus more on academic events and community service events. I would still keep the social events, but because we will be declaring our majors as a class, I think academic events which explore the various major options along with providing information on how to declare said majors is very important. I also think that single day service events, similar to Pancakes for Parkinson's or Spread the Love, are very good for second years and other members of the community to participate in, and I'd like to increase the number of events like that.
And Kash, again, what makes you qualified for the role of president of your class?
Well, because on first year council, I'm the technology and communications chair along with one other person. I do a lot of advertising and marketing. Now, my background in that is very extensive. It goes back to even middle school, where I got involved with this large festival in Virginia Beach known as Taste of India. This festival attracts 10,000 people annually, and it's been growing for the past 5-6 years. And on it, I've been an advertising executive. I introduced the idea of social media because in the past years that's become very active in our world today. And I've also increased the amount of volunteering from the community in that organization. I wanted to bring these aspects of my experience to the university. I hope to take these skills and apply them to second year council, and that's my experience.
And Andrew, what have you done to deserve our vote again? Why should you remain in office?
That's a great question. I believe that we've done a great job. This beginning of first year, the big task at hand for the first year president is basically to get the ball rolling. that is the #1 task, and that's the very hardest task out. It's the most difficult task to acquire. And when you're going about that, we first off, we just got elected in the beginning of the first year, so it gave us minimal time to actually get the events going. But at this point, we've had many events, and my opponent brought up that we didn't have a diversity amount of events. However, to do that, we've actually had a lot of co-sponsorships with the UCS, which is the University Career Services. Also, we've done a lot of upcoming events that we have, which is there's a Chinese Lantern Celebration Festival. Also, there's a Black Trivia Night. And there's also things that we're doing new this year. It's a brand new initiative that we're starting. It's a Quidditch for Ramps. And what that initiative does is it not only gives back to the handicap within our community, but it also makes the University of Virginia a lot more handicap accessible. I've been meeting with a lot of the deans and administration at the University of Virginia, and what they've actually been telling us is a lot of the buildings here are not handicap accessible. So by doing this event, we would be actually able to provide for the school and provide for the community as a whole.
Let's talk about that last point. You're working with the university to make sure that all areas of the university are handicap accessible.
Yes, definitely. I believe that all places on ground should be handicap accessible. However, the university has been built many years ago, so in those kind of situations it's hard, and a lot of the handicap accessible outlets are actually temporary. So what we actually want to do is kind of implement more of a permanent venue for those handicapped people. One example that I have is Alumni Hall. Alumni Hall does not have the handicap accessible needs that will get people there. And so basically this first year event, not only does it help the handicap, but it also helps the community in general. And not only is it targeting the handicapped people, it is also just helping everyone be able to be more accessible to the outlets that they need on grounds.
Now Kash, what would you do differently from Andrew if you were elected president of the class next year? What's your platform?
Right, I already addressed this question slightly while referring to an increase in academic and in community service events. But more specifically, especially addressing the majors problem, is just last week, the computer science major declaration process went through a massive kerfuffle. I'm a computer science major myself, so I would receive the emails for all of this. They cut the major, and then they cut the minor, and then they reinstated it. And it's a very confusing thing for students who plan to go into that field to go through. And that's just an example. I'm sure other departments also have events and things like that. So I really hope to create a central location for second years to go to where they can find information on majors, where they can find how to declare a major, where they can find people to contact about said majors. And I would also hold programs which would have all those things also. On the community service side, I really enjoy Andrew's ideas for making the school more handy capable. And I have absolutely nothing against that. We could definitely continue that initiative next year. But I would also include more community service events similar to that.
Andrew, what's your platform for re-election?
Well, like I said before, getting the ball rolling was definitely the key to first year. That we have that handled. So with the implements and the steps that we're taking forward is basically not reinventing the wheel per se. With that, I'm talking about we don't have to. If I'm reelected, we don't have to relearn all the structures and all the steps that are processes that need to be done. I've also made, what I do as first year president is I'm very close with Alumni Association, alumni, the deans, the administration here at the University of Virginia, and also I'm very close with the peers here. So that connection is already very strong that I believe that I've created the first year. So we wouldn't have to kind of take a couple steps back to relearn and revamp that because we already have a very strong connection. And from the points that we've been going at, we would be able to work from the location and the point that we're at now and kind of improve and continue to improve year after year.
And Andrew, as you mentioned, you kind of got the ball rolling as a first year and you had a lot of resources to help you out. Wouldn't it just be as likely that Kash would have similar resources at his disposal? And shouldn't he be held to the same standard that you were when you were first year in terms of not having a lot of experience with the position?
Well, like I said before, the key that I believe that deciphers me from other candidates is my experience. I have been the first-year president at the University of Virginia, and one thing that the University of Virginia is actually very strong on is student self-governance. That is what I've learned here, and we do get advising from advisors, and we do meet with a lot of people, but the decisions lie with the students. And so basically, through my experiences, not only from the University of Virginia first-year class president, but from high school and middle school and also elementary school at that, I have been able to lead this class, I believe, in the right direction.
Andrew, as you mentioned before, you got the ball rolling at the beginning of the semester, but you had a lot of resources to help you out. Now, let's be fair to Kash. Wouldn't he have some of the same resources that you had to get the ball rolling again? Shouldn't he be held to the same standard that you were in terms of not having a lot of experience with leadership at the university? In terms of your experience, you mentioned using that experience to help move things forward. Are you saying that the president of your class should be the same for all 4 years, so that you don't have to get the ball rolling every time?
Well, that's a great point that you bring up. However, I believe that you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. If something is working, and I believe that the processes and the decision-making that I do is very effective. However, what I do and what I am doing currently is I'm innovating. The thing that I believe really sets me apart is getting that innovation, listening to the peers, and actually kind of selecting the core group of people that'll help lead the class along with me. And so what we've been doing this year is we've actually been compiling all the ideas and kind of deciphering which one would work in a problematic sense, and making sure that everything is where it needs to be, when it needs to be. And so basically the experience that I've had for the past many years is really paying dividends right now, being in the student self-governance sense at the University of Virginia and being able to make those quick decisions when they need to be made.
So we talked about platforms. Let's start talking about campaigning. Kash, how's your campaign going? What are your strategies and are they working?
Well, my campaign involves 3 aspects. It involves social media, focusing on Facebook. It involves chalking, because who doesn't chalk at this university? And it involves going door to door and tabling at dining halls. So, starting with the social media, I really believe that that's a great way to reach out to people, because social media allows people to receive news from their friends, from sources that they want to hear from. It's not just a poster thrown up on the wall or chalk flung onto the floor. It's there, and it's from their friends. It's a message that people want them to see. People they know want them to see. And so leveraging social media, I've used cover photos, which I believe 100 to 200 people might be using currently. I expect that number to go up as the weekend progresses. And the Facebook event, which is obviously a very simple thing to do. As far as chalking goes, it's been quite difficult, what with the rain and whatnot, but you do what you have to do. You go out, you put your name on the ground, and you get your name out there.
Do you think going door to door is the most effective marketing tool out of the 3 you mentioned?
I really do think door to door is one of the best marketing strategies. It really allows me to meet the population personally. It allows me to receive any input that they might have. And it allows me to get their name out and to make a personal connection with the people with whom I'll be serving. I haven't had the opportunity to go to every single room and every single living area because the schedules don't allow that, but I've made an effort and I plan on continuing to do so.
Andrew, let's talk about your campaign. Many could say last year when you ran that you really didn't have a platform because you didn't really have any experience with leadership at the university.
Well, I don't know how you keep on saying that there was no experience prior to this. That is actually very much one of my strong suits, which was the experience. And actually going back through high school, which was the same thing. However, everything is taken a level up higher, especially when you become the president of a university. And being a president of the university is a very big role and big responsibility. But what was the second part to your question?
How have your experiences this past year affected your campaign now, having knowledge that you didn't have before?
Well, to be quite frank, we've actually always had a platform with my campaign. The platform was basically to create unity and to create that strong bondhood between the class. And having such a large class is definitely a key and integral part that definitely helped me to decide to run. I was the president for 4 consecutive years of one of the largest student bodies, or graduating classes in the Commonwealth of Virginia, 750. So I believe that that was a great asset to me to begin that large and then kind of just implement those same strategies to a much larger scale at the university level.
Kash, what are the goals of your campaign? What's its focus?
Right, well, I'm really focusing anything that's in person with where my people are living. So if I have someone in old dorms, I ask them to give me 15 minutes of their time one day, come out and chalk for 5, and maybe introduce me to their hall for 10. It's really very simple, and it really doesn't require a lot of time from my friends who might not be as invested into this campaign as I am. As for Facebook, I mean, it only takes a minute or 2 minutes to change your cover photo or to post a status. So that's really high return for me.
Andrew, let's talk about your campaign's large chalking force. Do you think that candidates should be held responsible for the actions of their campaigners?
Yes, first off, yes, we've become quite the talk of the town, per se, in the community of the University of Virginia. Every year, what I do in my campaign is we just gather up a lot of our friends, and I'm very grateful. What happens during that is so many people come out and chalk, and year after year, the numbers get higher and higher. Last year, we had 70 people come out and help me chalk, so I'm very grateful for that. And so, basically, that really shows me that they believe in me, and then that they believe that I'm a competent leader to be in the position that I'm in. And so, basically, as they come out, and the continued support and the loyal support that they give me is the integral part that keeps me going. And when I'm going to campaign, I do also door-to-door. And I just basically, what I do is I get to know the people on a deeper level, I believe. And with that strength, what I do is I kind of like help them, and they help me, and I listen. And so that really kind of gets a very good, very nice response back, and I believe that I serve them to the best of my ability.
But should the candidate be held responsible for the actions of their campaigners? There's some interesting chalking. Some might say irrelevant. Free puppies, vote Kwon. Free quandoms, vote Kwon. What do those things have to do with your qualifications to serve your constituents?
Great question. For what I do, what I like to do in the Kwon campaign is everything that we do is positive. That's the outlook that I like to take on everything. Making sure that no one is very negative to other people's campaigns, because I despise people that do negative campaigning. And that is something that I am not for and will never be for. So basically what they do is they come out, a very large number of first years and whatever years, and whoever wants to come out and help me during the election, come out. And I've told you before, I'm very grateful for that continuous support and that loyal support. And basically what they do is we just kind of talk about the rules and the regulations of chalking. And I just let them be creative. Because in the beginning, the first year that I was the first year president, we went out chalking. There was such a large amount of people. We first went over the guidelines and everything. And then basically all I was expecting was a vote for Andrew Kwon. But to my amazement, they're very witty and creative, and that definitely catches the attention of people. And just walking around grounds when I was going over, I was having to chuckle here and there, because I honestly did not know they wrote, but they were very creative, they were eye-catching, and they were actually very well done. So I was very surprised, very thankful for that, and that's why I continue to serve them the way that I do.
So if you don't know necessarily what they're chalking on your behalf, do you have control over your own campaign? How do you know if they're chalking positive and relevant messages if you don't know what they're doing on your behalf?
The people that come out and chalk for me are very close to me, and they have that sense of respect when I speak to them, and they will listen. And so we kind of have that mutual respect for each other. And so when I firmly say, please, no negative campaigning, they listen to me. And so it's kind of that mutual bond that we have that actually really does help and kind of portray a nice sense. But chalking is, of course, just one avenue. There's many outlets to actually knowing what I'm for and for. So there's the UBE website, of course, where the questionnaires would actually have my platform on the screen. So that's one outlet. And also another outlet that I do is I just kind of get to know the people in a deeper sense. And with that, it actually helps me connect. And actually, it's more of a genuine relationship that I believe that we have. So it definitely helps the campaign.
Andrew, look into the camera and tell the first years why they should vote for you to be the president of their second-year class.
Hi, my name is Andrew Kwon. I'm currently the first-year president of the class of 2016. I believe that through this past year we have done a lot with the little amount of time that we've had. and we just continue growing and preparing for next year. And I believe that we don't have to take that time necessarily to reinvent the wheel. And so having the step up, we're basically able to move forward and progress as we go on through our years at the university. And basically creating that unity that we have and kind of creating that sense of I don't only have to do social events, I have all these other outlets to go to is definitely a key to our success. And I just want to thank everyone for the continuous and loyal support of my followers, and we'd like for more people to join as well, but definitely please get to know me when you get a chance, and please vote for me, Andrew Kwon, for second year president. Thank you.
Kash?
I'm Aakash Shah, and I'm currently the first year Council of Technology and Communications Chair. I've had extensive experience with leading large organizations, and I don't think there will be any reinventing of the wheel should I be elected. I think class council exists to increase school unity and to address the needs of their class, and I will do that. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for tuning in. For more information about these candidates, please visit their respective profiles on the University Board of Elections website. And make sure you go to uvavote.com starting Monday, February 25th to vote for who you think would be the best president of your second year class. I'm Hakeem with the Cavalier Daily Multimedia team. Please be sure to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and I'll see you soon.